Okay, hey guys, welcome to my presentation. So I am Sienna Rumsey, and I am graduating this upcoming semester, April 2021, in Marriage and Family Studies. I did my internship with Rigby High Counseling, and I absolutely loved my experience there. So let's get into it. How I found the internship. So, funny story, I didn't realize that I was graduating this upcoming semester, well, this semester until last semester. So, I realized pretty quickly, crap, I need to do an internship. So I started a little late in the game, and I had some people. So I reached out to the department head, Brother Higgins, who sent me to Brother Mays, and they helped me find a list of internships that I could contact. So the way that I would recommend you do it is differently than how I did it. I would recommend that a couple semesters before you plan on graduating, like 3 or 4 semesters before you plan on graduating, I start looking into internship options. You can go onto the BYUI page, and if you just click into the Department of Home and Family, you'll be able to see, as you see it here on the left, there's the home careers, degrees, get involved, internships, resources, faculty, and staff. So that's one way to get to it. I think another way you could just search internships for marriage and family studies, and it'll help you find your way there. And then it will kind of tell you, it'll go through and say the expectations, also different resources that you could reach out to. But really, what's important, as you'll see right here, still on the left side, it will say internship options, and then it says BYU internship options. And you can download that, and it will literally give what you see on the right. It's an Excel form of all of the different internships you have within, I believe, the country. So I just went to where I see mine, which is Rigby. But they have it literally all over the country. It could be in Alaska, it could be in Maine, it could be in Texas. So just depending. So if you're online, this is perfect for you. You don't have to do it in the Rexburg area. You can do it where you live. So this is a really awesome resource to use. For my internship, I was responsible of taking care of kids that were failing their classes. And that really it's interesting. It was kind of eye-opening to me, because I did this internship during the recess of COVID. So when we were kind of starting to exit the coronavirus stage, all of the vaccines were starting to come out to the public, so things were starting to open up more. With that being said, a lot of these kids were used to not needing to be in full attendance at school because their attendance wasn't counted. Most of their classes were online. And for some reason, I don't know if it was just because it's during COVID um, or if it's because that's just how the school works now. But if you get a D, that's a passing grade. So I was in charge of helping kids who had an F. As you see on the left, I had a list. I cut off their names, just for privacy reasons, but I had a list of those names, how many classes they were failing, and notes I took as I met with them or as I emailed them, progress that they may have made. And when I met with them, I came up with a weekly planner. What was really interesting about this school is they don't require you to have planners. When I went to school, I sound so old, but when I went to school, we did have weekly planners, and we would write what we needed to get done for that class for that day. So I kind of helped them with that, and that helped some kids, and some other kids, they didn't really respond to it. They just said, okay, yeah, sounds cool, and never touched it. But other kids really loved it and enjoyed it. And then so I went in with a goal to cultivate positivity within Rigby High School. And I went in with that goal mainly because when I was in the interview with them, they were expressing their desire to have more positivity in Rigby High School. And so I figured an appreciation week would be fantastic. I originally had it as a month, but some things happened and I wasn't able to make it a month long. So we just did it for a week, and it was the week before spring break. and people like kids and faculty as well could participate in the daily activities for a chance to win prizes. So I called local uh, companies like Crumble and the Rock Gym and Little Mike's, and even Fat Cats, and they were so kind and they donated these wonderful gift cards for these kids to use. So it was really awesome. I think I had a total of almost 100 prizes. So it was really awesome. We got a lot of people involved. And I mean, I left before I could see if it really helped uplift Rigby High School, but I hope that it helps somebody feel better about themselves. Um, there were 2 days that were super important to me, one being appreciating someone within Rigby High School, and the other being appreciating yourself. And they had to write a letter both days, whether it be to someone in Rigby High School or to themselves. So it was really fun. I loved having them all get involved. Um, so this internship really helped me see that, for one, I'm not interested in being a school counselor. I realized that it was not what I perceived it to be. School counseling is great, and whoever wants to do it, like, good on you. It's just not where I think my strengths lie. A lot of it I found is not so much working with the kids, or at least not as much as I had perceived. It's more of taking care of their schedules, helping them sign up for classes, making sure that they're in line to graduate on time, making sure that their college stuff is all lined up when they're seniors, and making sure that they are receiving the credits that they need. And occasionally there was one counselor that I loved, and she focused mainly on her counseling responsibilities, yes, but she also focused on quite a few kids who needed therapy sessions. She was a registered therapist, a certified therapist, so she could do that, and that was so cool to see. But I guess that's not very normal within the counseling realm. So this internship really helped me to kind of recognize, maybe I want to go into therapy, which is, typically when you study marriage and family therapy, you go into therapy. Um, but I was thinking more along the lines of not so much therapy, and now I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to do therapy. So, important connections I made were through family theories, family stress and coping, research and evaluation, and developmental psychology. These are the classes that I'd taken previously, and I was able to really see it in action. So, with family theories, one of the most important theories that I saw, and the most prevalent, I guess, was the structural functioning theory. Excuse me. And then with family stress and coping, a lot of the mindfulness techniques really came into play, especially as kids are exiting the realm of isolation because of COVID. They need more help in being in the present and being able to socialize with other people and kind of release their anxiety and depression. And I found that this technique really helped, especially when my co-interns were able to do group with them and implement those techniques. With research and evaluation, I actually sent out a survey to see what the overall temperature of Rigby High School was within the workforce. And it was really interesting to see, but ultimately it was null and void. So that was a little disappointing, but it was super fun to do. And then with developmental psychology, I'm pretty sure the word is not scaling. I keep wanting to call it that, and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, and I actually don't have my notes with me anymore. But I noticed a lot of what I've been calling scaling, in the sense of from freshmen to seniors, just the autonomy that's granted to each of them according to their grade level as well as to their experiences. So it was really interesting to see that. And would I recommend this? Yes, absolutely. Especially if you're looking into being a school counselor. Rigby High School is a great internship for getting to see what that entails. And you also have the opportunity to run groups and other activities that I didn't have the chance to do, mainly because it didn't work out with my work schedule. But I absolutely loved that they were willing to let me throw myself into anything. They were a very hands-off community, I would say. In the sense of they didn't tell me what to do or micromanage me. It was more of, hey, you have the option to do this that we say like you can do, but we're not going to tell you every single day what to do. Um, so if you like the hands-off approach where you're a self-starter and you have the opportunity to make up your own ideas and do your own projects, this is definitely the place for you. You can contact Kim Asbill. She's the new supervisor for marriage and family therapy students. She was originally over the middle school, but she's now moved to the high school. And then her information you can find on that sheet that I had showed you guys. Right now she's under the middle school, but I'm pretty sure by the time you guys do internship, she'll be correctly placed under the high school. Or you can just look up the Rigby High School page and you can contact her that way. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your studies. I have absolutely loved marriage and family therapy. I've grown so much from it, and good luck.